Valera, the Fairy of Beauty, and Calasios, the Destroyer. Behold, in the palace of Vashni Venus, ruler of the black and light, where there was no room for happiness but only fright. Behold, Vashni Venus was sitting upon her throne, contemplating her evil plans, for now her power was ready to be shown.
Valera the Fairy has won against me for the last time. I am ready for my powers to overpower hers, for my ability will shine. But Valera is so skilled, she would know where I would appear. If only there were one person I could use to capture her, then my plans of taking over the kingdom would blossom without fear.
Then behold, Calasios the Destroyer walked in the room, for he had power to destroy a lot of things, for his power brought devastation and gloom. Then Calasios the Destroyer said, "If you need someone to capture Valera the Fairy of Beauty, then I am at your service, for I am highly skilled in combat, for just the sheath of my dark sword makes all my enemies nervous. But I will only do what you need if you allow me to rule a portion of your kingdom when you are ruling on the throne, for then my power shall grow very strong."
Very well. Your condition shall be granted at the right time. Now go! You have Valera the Fairy to capture, and don't hold back! Let your full power shine.
In another part of the land, where peace and tranquility was in demand, behold, there was Valera the Fairy of Beauty. She was sitting down amongst other creatures of her kingdom that she protects as her duty. Then behold, one of the creatures named Gonias, who was a talking bird, spoke and said, "Valera, we greatly appreciate your help and support for protecting us and keeping us safe. You protect the kingdom, for your strength is great." Then Valera smiled and said,
That means a lot to me. Helping others and fighting for good is what I do. And you're strong as well. So always remember that there's strength within you too.
Then they all smiled and laughed and continued their joyful time together, sharing laughter and dances as they all were being in good cheer for the better. Then behold, as they were all sitting down with smiles upon their faces with not even a hint of a frown, behold, there came an explosion sound. The creatures were terrified, but behold, Valera the Fairy grabbed her magical golden bow and arrow and was confident that she would solve the problem to make sure the safety of her creatures will be verified. Then behold, Valera the Fairy spoke and said,
Fear not, my fellow creatures, for I will make my way to solve this issue. Stay here, everyone, and encourage each other with confidence and love to everyone that's with you.
Then with that, Valera the Fairy went off and flew deep in the forest where the explosion made its sound, for Valera was on her way to put an end to whatever this problem could be and turn the situation around. Then behold, as Valera finally reached the point where the explosion was, there was fire still burning lightly. But Valera was on her guard, for her powerful golden bow and arrow was glistening and shining brightly. Then Valera flew down to the ground and clapped her powerful wings to blow out the fire, for bringing a solution was her desire. As soon as Valera stopped the fire, behold, there came Kalasios the Destroyer, ready to strike Valera with his sword, for he wanted to capture her to present her to Vashni Venus and gain a reward. But before his powerful dark sword could strike the body of Valera the Fairy, Valera used her golden bow as a shield to block Kalasios' sword attack. For Kalasios was a powerful opponent, not ready to give up, for his power was not an act. Then behold, Valera the Fairy flew up with her magical wings and began shooting magical lightning arrows at Kalasios. But Kalasios dodged those attacks and jumped in the air and sliced one of her wings. For Kalasios was different from all other enemies, for terror and devastation is what his dark power brings. Then Valera's golden bow dropped from her hands onto the dirt, for now Valera was hurt. Then behold, Valera's half-winged body flew down to the hard dirt ground, for now her strength was not found. Then she saw her golden bow and tried to get it with her fingers, but Kalasios kicked it away from her hands and kicked her against a tree, for no mercy was his demeanor. Then behold, Kalasios said unto Valera the Fairy, "You who's the guardian, as you can see, or should I say, feel, you have been defeated. Now yield yourself to me in submission, by being my captive so that my mission may be completed." Then behold, Valera the Fairy said,
Who sent you after me?
Kalasios answered and said, "I was sent by Vashni Venus, your sister. After I capture you and take you to her, then I will have a great reward." Then Valera smiled with confidence and said,
O mighty warrior who fights for evil, I shall win this fight, for I will overcome your darkness with light.
Then Valera the Fairy used all of her strength and flew quickly with her half wing and gave a punch to the face of Kalasios to knock him to the ground, for Valera's confidence was profound. Then behold, Valera the Fairy picked up her magical golden bow and shot a lightning arrow at Kalasios the Destroyer to put an end to the battle. For the arrow that left the powerful bow of Valera struck Kalasios to defeat him, that his darkness may be powerless like a shadow. Then behold, just like that, Kalasios was defeated, for the evil that was meant for Valera was gracefully deleted. Then behold, Kalasios got up and ran away, for victory was gained to Valera that very day. Then back at the other side of the forest where the creatures dwelled, behold, there came Valera the Fairy flying in with her half-wing. The creatures were frightened when they saw her appearance, because Valera being hurt like that was never before seen. However, Valera the Fairy comforted them by letting them all know that she solved the problem and gained the victory. For now, Valera the Fairy's bravery made history. Then with that, Valera the Fairy's other wing grew back fully anew, for she healed quickly, for her magnificent abilities were true. Then all the creatures continued their celebration of being happy with one another and enjoying time with Valera the Fairy of Beauty, for she valued them dearly and showed love to them as the guardian, for protecting the land was her duty. Valera the Fairy of Beauty shall return.